This time on Burnouts and Rotor Blades, we're converting the family Burnout wagon to E85.
Welcome to the Burnouts and Rotor Blades YouTube channel. Let's go do something awesome.
Welcome back to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. As always, I'm Brian Baker, and as the title and the intro said, we're going to swap the family Burnout wagon here to E85. For those of you that are not familiar with it, it's a 1983 Chevy Malibu wagon. It's got a Ford 8.8 rear end, a rebuilt 700R4 transmission, and the engine is an L31 block, small block 350, which has the roller camshaft in it. We've upgraded the heads from the Vortec heads that it came with originally to the Blueprint 9008 HK heads, I believe, with bigger valves. The party piece is this Wagon Supercharger 144 under the hood series blower. On top of that, we have a Holley 4160 vacuum secondary carburetor that we rebuilt in a previous episode. It's also been modified to have a boost reference. What is that valve called? Dang it. Power valve. The family Burnout wagon has been the most reliable vehicle in the Burnouts and Rotor Blades stable, more reliable than anything else by quite a bit. It has AC, it can haul the family around, and it does a great job at all those things. So what I'm going to do this time is completely ruin that by messing with it. The reason we want to switch this thing over to E85 is pretty simple. It's basically cost and power output. To run the tune that I have in this car currently, I can run it on 91 and it's pretty safe. The tune is for 400 horsepower. It's a very safe timing curve. It's a very safe timing overall, and also very, very safe boost. I'm basically running 4 psi of boost. I would like to be in the 7 psi range, which would be a lot more fun and a big change to how this car runs. In order to get there, we have to be able to cram more boost. In order to do that, we need to increase our octane level. Now, I have run 100 octane fuel in this before, and it's just not cost effective. E85 is, depending on the actual mix amount, commonly accepted to be 100 to like 105 octane. And the real big benefit, it is significantly cheaper than race gas. It's even cheaper than regular unleaded. The offset to that is that you have to run about 40% more fuel, so your gallons per mile goes up, and the price offset overall means that you're running essentially race gas performance for regular unleaded prices. You don't want to watch me do this like in real time. Nobody does. Look, you had me at meat buffet. Make sure you use something soft for that. Alright, we just finished up the rebuild on this carburetor. It is all set up with the E85 stuff that we need. If you want to catch more info on the rebuild, check out this video right up here. Now it's time to get this back on the car, and that works. Carburetor's on, it's ready to go, but fuel system's not. The next thing we got to do is drain all the gas, or at least as much gas as we can get out of it, into these cans. And because, well, I don't have a whole lot better option at the moment. I'm just using the fuel pump to pump these cans full, which this is number 2. It's a 15-gallon tank, and guess what? Last thing I did was fill it up. Put a battery charger on it just because, and put that back on. I'll tighten that down in a second, or whenever it leaks, because I forget. And now it's for real. E85 going into the Burnout wagon for the first. Oh no! Now it's.
You put it on the other side.
Well, I need to just not spill on it, but yeah. Here goes nothing. Nope, just kidding. First thing we got to do is set our float bowl level and make sure there's no leaks. And disconnect this battery charger for right now so I can see what the heck's going on. Where? Okay, well I need to adjust the float bowl level, which means that one's probably way too high. Yeah, that's already way too high. So I'm just lowering this until it stops leaking. And it's only leaking a tiny bit, so that's perfect. That's about where I want that. Float bowl level set. Exactly where I don't want it leaking from. Cool. That's no longer leaking. That's about right. I'm also kind of letting it run because I want any residual gasoline to be kind of mixed. I don't see any more leaks or wet spots. That is a very good thing. Let's see if we got primage. Oh yeah, those are huge squirters too. All right, now it's probably flooded. Let's see what happens. So it's running and idling on E85, and here's one of the real benefits of E85. This engine has been running. I'll show you the temperature gauge. Without cutting, it's at whatever that is, right? 180, almost 175. I can come out here and put my hand, and this thing is ice cold, like ice cold. E85, man. I'm so excited. Run the initial test drive and just barely into some throttle, and we can just watch the gauge climb. Leaning out, boom, and then the engine dies out. So I made kind of a rookie mistake. I took this thing out for a drive and I thought, man, it's just running out of fuel. The air fuel ratio is just leaning out. Well, I come over here to look at the gauge. Likely what's happening is this carburetor is using so much fuel that I need to readjust my fuel pressure setting, which totally makes sense, and I can't believe I didn't think of it before. So let's take care of that real quick. There we go. That's too much. Holy crap. That thing just went right to the rev limiter. I do want to know if it'll climb this hill without running out of fuel. Nope. It definitely still does burnout, so. Time for some new tires on this girl. What are you doing? Riding a hoverboard? Well, come over here to me. Oh, stop right there. Hey, can you back up? Turn around and look where you're going. I go over there? No, wait, come over here. Come on over here. Well, hurry up. Stop. Good job. All right, what I need you to do is, hey, look at what I need you to do is roll those 2 tires over to me inside the shop there, okay? So I'm pretty excited about this part because I think I finally get to use my lift. Whenever I first put the Malibu together, it had an issue with fuel pressure where I was having trouble getting the fuel pressure down after putting an electric pump in the tank. Let's get into the car and I'll show you what I did. So what I did when I first built the car was I have these 2 fuel lines here, and I was having fuel pressure issues where I couldn't get my fuel pressure down. Now this small line right here was the charcoal canister or vent line. This right here was the fuel feed line. Well, since I couldn't get my fuel pressure down, I swapped them. So this became the fuel feed line, and then this was my return line. Even though this fuel system was a returnless style system, whenever I swapped over pumps, I needed to go with a return style system. So now what I need to do is go up here, verify that that's actually what I did, and then once we're done back here, I can go back up to the front and make sure that I swap that around as well, and then we should be able to feed this thing enough fuel, or at least more fuel. Get off of there. Yep, those are definitely swapped. I'll just unswap them, and then we should be good to go back here. So everything in back is good now. Now we have the front to do. Pressure, which is this one down here, because it comes from this metal line, and then this one goes through the cross member over here to this side, comes out the cross member, and then goes to this line right here, which would have gone for the charcoal canister that's not here anymore, to the tank. That was part of the emission system that we don't need where we're going. And I want to take this time to tighten down this. Oh, that's much better. Good news is I've got them swapped over, and there's a pretty good indication with the fuel pressure that it's worked, because though I adjusted it down to 7, it is now up at 14. We'll top it off with some E85. Once I'm sure there's no leaks, then we'll go ahead and fire it up. No leaks. Carburetor's still full of gasoline. It's pretty lean. Pretty lean, mean idle. Still runs out of fuel. There's literally people driving?
Yeah.
I know. Well, we needed to make a U-turn. Was that cool or no?
You could have just put your blinker on.
I don't know if it's just that it's out of gas or if it's really going lean. Well, this one right here is reading really low. Can I show this Summit one that's showing me 6.5, exactly where I need to be? This one right here that's showing me 15. Who do I trust? Well, we'll try to run it like that and see if it doesn't make anything better. That gauge may have been messing with me this whole time. I'll have to get a third gauge to verify my results. So frustrating. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This thing's been sitting here idling for minutes, and this thing is still ice cold, like ice cold. Holy shit. Okay. We have solved the problem. Woo! That is crazy, right? Woo! Holy shnikes. This thing's got making some steam now. Fouling out some plugs because it's super rich, so I'm going to 85s in the primary side. In the secondary side, we got 93s, so we'll go down 5. Now we got 88s in the secondary side. All right, here we go. Okay, that's really properly fast. I'm excited, man. This is gonna be awesome. Well, that being said, we're gonna finish it off with a big ass burnout in my dad's garage because he said I shouldn't.
Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and want to see more like it. And as always, thanks for watching.
So, I don't know the terminology for this stuff that I do, but what I do is just keep. I just make it go really fast.
Yeah.